chosen one. This is who you will soon become. Even you won't recognize yourself. Do not rush away from these words, because what I am about to reveal will help you understand why your life has felt so different lately. I have not brought you here by accident, and if you stay until the end, you will discover a truth that can change the way you see every struggle, every delay, and every victory that is waiting ahead. You have wondered why you no longer fit where you once belonged, and today I am answering that question. I am already shaping you into someone so transformed that even you will one day look back and hardly recognize the person you used to be. Type 999 if you believe. My child, the change that is coming is not a disguise. It is not pretending to be someone else or copying another person's success. It is the unfolding of the person I created before fear, disappointment, and rejection tried to convince you that you were small. Every difficult season has been removing layers that never truly belonged to you, and every lesson has prepared you to carry something greater than you imagined. Many people believe transformation happens in a single dramatic moment, but I often work quietly where no one is looking. I strengthen your heart while others only notice your circumstances. I teach your spirit while the world measures appearances. I prepare your future while people assume nothing important is happening. What seems slow to you has been carefully guided by my hands every single day. If these words are strengthening your faith, please like this video so more hearts searching for hope can be encouraged to keep trusting me. You have asked why certain doors closed when you prayed so earnestly for them to remain open. I heard every prayer, and I saw every tear that no one else noticed. Those closed doors were not punishments. They were protections. Had you walked through them, you would have settled for a smaller future than the one I have been preparing with perfect wisdom. Subscribe to this channel to receive miracles. There were relationships that could only walk beside the version of you that was afraid. They celebrated your limitations because your fear made them comfortable. But the person you are becoming cannot remain hidden behind insecurity forever. As I continue my work within you, some people will naturally step away because they cannot recognize the confidence that my presence is building inside your heart. Type 666 to affirm. Do not mistake this season of separation as abandonment. I have never abandoned you for a single moment. When I remove unnecessary voices, it is because I want mine to become clearer. I know the future I have prepared, and I refuse to allow constant distraction to pull you away from the purpose that has always belonged to you. Soon you will notice that your reactions begin to change. Situations that once stole your peace will no longer control your emotions. Criticism that once wounded your confidence will lose its power because your identity will no longer depend upon the opinions of people. Instead, you will begin seeing yourself through my love, rather than through their expectations. The greatest miracle is often not found in changing your surroundings first. It begins by changing your heart. When your heart changes, your words become different. When your words become different, your decisions become wiser. When your decisions become wiser, your entire direction begins to shift until your life reflects the person I always intended you to become. There will come a day when someone who once overlooked you will be surprised by the peace they see within you. They may wonder what happened because they remember the person who doubted everything. They will search for an explanation, but the answer is simple. I have been transforming you from the inside out, one faithful step at a time. Do not become impatient if you cannot yet see every result. Seeds planted beneath the soil appear invisible before they become trees. Yet hidden growth is still genuine growth. Just because your transformation has been quiet does not mean it has been small. Heaven celebrates every unseen victory that brings you closer to the life I promised. I want you to stop comparing your journey with someone else's timeline. I never asked you to become another person. I asked you to become the person I lovingly designed before you took your first breath. Comparison steals gratitude, but trust allows you to receive every gift I prepared especially for you. The strength you are developing now will support blessings that once would have overwhelmed you. The wisdom you are gaining today will protect opportunities that arrive tomorrow. The patience you are learning will preserve relationships that require maturity instead of impulse. Nothing I teach you is wasted, even when you cannot yet understand its purpose. I know you have questioned yourself more times than you can count. You have wondered whether you truly have what it takes to fulfill the calling I placed upon your life. Hear me clearly today. I never chose you because you already possessed every answer. I chose you because I knew you would allow me to shape you into someone capable of carrying what I planned for you. The future version of you is not built upon pride, but upon humility. It is not built upon applause, but upon faithfulness. It is not built upon perfection, but upon complete dependence on my strength. That is why your transformation will last, because it is rooted in my truth instead of temporary emotions. There is a reason your old habits no longer satisfy you. I have been changing your desires before changing your surroundings. The things that once seemed exciting now leave your heart empty because I am making room for something far greater. You are not losing yourself. You are leaving behind a version of yourself that could never fully carry the purpose I placed inside you. Type, I trust God. Have you noticed how some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly? A leaked CIA document may finally explain why. Scientists studying brainwaves uncovered a simple 7-second ritual believed to activate a powerful abundance response inside the mind. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home technique is helping people move from financial struggle to dream lifestyles filled with money, success, travel, and peace of mind. The most unbelievable part is how easy it is to do. But this information could be removed without warning. Click the link in the description and comments now before it is gone forever. Do not be surprised when you begin thinking differently than you did only a short time ago. You will notice that fear no longer speaks with the same authority. The worries that once kept you awake through the night will slowly lose their grip because my peace is taking their place. You will still face challenges, but they will no longer define your identity or determine your future. Many people believe transformation means becoming louder, stronger, or more impressive in the eyes of the world. But the change I bring begins with quiet confidence. It is the confidence that knows I am with you, even when no one else understands your journey. It is the courage to keep walking when applause is absent, because you trust my voice more than the opinions of people. I have been teaching you to stand without needing constant approval. In the past, one harsh word could discourage you for days. Now you are learning to bring every hurt to me, instead of allowing it to control your spirit. That is not because you have become cold, it is because your heart is becoming rooted in my love instead of human acceptance. The person you are becoming will carry peace into rooms filled with confusion. Others may panic while you remain steady because your confidence will rest in me. They will wonder why you are calm when circumstances appear uncertain. They will not realize that I have been preparing your heart long before that moment ever arrived. You have underestimated the value of the hidden seasons. You believed nothing important was happening because there were no dramatic signs. Yet beneath the surface, I was strengthening your character, correcting your thinking, and healing wounds that had quietly influenced your decisions for years. Real transformation is often invisible until the day it suddenly becomes impossible to ignore. Some people remember the version of you that constantly doubted yourself. They remember your hesitation, your fear, and your uncertainty. They will be surprised when they meet the person I am raising up, because they expected you to remain exactly as you were. Do not feel guilty when they struggle to understand your growth. Not everyone is prepared to recognize the work I have been doing within you. Type, "My future is in God's hands." There will be moments when you look back and realize that I answered prayers you had almost forgotten. What once felt like painful waiting will reveal itself as perfect timing. You will understand that every delay protected something valuable. Had I moved before your heart was ready, the blessing itself might have become a burden instead of a joy. Do not fear becoming different. I created you to grow. A tree does not apologize for becoming taller each season. A river does not ask permission before flowing toward the sea. In the same way, you do not need to apologize for becoming the person I always intended you to be. There are gifts within you that have remained hidden because the right season had not yet arrived. Those gifts were never absent. They were simply developing beneath the surface while I prepared the circumstances around you. Soon you will begin using abilities that once seemed beyond your reach, and you will recognize that I had been preparing you long before you noticed the change. Your compassion will become stronger without making you weak. Your wisdom will become deeper without making you proud. Your confidence will increase without turning into arrogance, because my spirit teaches balance. Everything I build within you reflects my character rather than the temporary values of the world. Do not measure your future by your past failures. Those failures are chapters, not the entire story. I have already begun writing new pages filled with growth, restoration, and purpose. The mistakes that once embarrassed you will become reminders of how faithfully I carried you through seasons you thought would destroy you. You have wondered whether your best days are already behind you. I tell you today that your greatest usefulness still lies ahead. I am not finished revealing the strength I have placed inside you. Every lesson you have learned is preparing you to encourage someone who is walking through the very valley you once crossed with trembling steps. The future version of you will speak with quiet authority because your words will come from experience instead of theory. You will comfort others because you have known sorrow. You will encourage those who feel forgotten because you have experienced lonely seasons yourself. Your testimony will carry weight because it was formed through real endurance rather than easy success. Do not allow temporary disappointment to convince you that permanent defeat has arrived. I have never confused delay with denial. While you focused on what seemed unfinished, I was arranging people, opportunities, and moments that would connect together at exactly the right time. My plans are not interrupted by circumstances that appear impossible to human understanding. You will also notice a new patience growing within you. The urgency to force every answer will begin fading away. Instead of running ahead, you will learn the beauty of walking beside me, one step at a time. Peace grows wherever trust replaces hurry. As you become more secure in my love, jealousy will lose its influence over your heart. You will celebrate the victories of others without believing they have stolen anything from you. You will understand that what I have prepared for you cannot be taken by another person. My purpose for your life is personal, intentional, and completely unique. There will come a day when you quietly smile at the memory of who you used to be. Not because you despise your past, but because you finally understand how much I have changed you. You will remember the nights filled with fear and compare them to the peace that now fills your heart. You will recognize that every step of the journey carried evidence of my presence, even when you could not yet see it. I am teaching you to value faithfulness above recognition, The world often celebrates quick success, but I honor steady obedience. A faithful heart can carry blessings that a restless heart would quickly lose. That is why I have been strengthening your foundation before revealing the full beauty of what I have prepared. This may sound unbelievable, but thousands of people are talking about a secret 7-second ritual connected to leaked CIA research. The method is designed to shift your brain into a frequency linked to wealth, abundance, and opportunity. People who once lived paycheck to paycheck claim they are now seeing dramatic financial changes, from unexpected money to luxury purchases and dream vacations. 4 neuroscience labs reportedly tested the technique and confirmed its powerful mental effects. You were guided to this for a reason. But this page may not stay online much longer. Click the link in the description and comments now before the secret disappears. The transformation ahead is not about becoming famous or admired. It is about becoming trustworthy. It is about reflecting my love so clearly that people encounter hope simply by witnessing the peace with which you live. Your life will become a testimony that lasting change is possible when someone places their trust completely in me. There will be moments when you surprise yourself. You will respond with patience where anger once ruled your heart. You will speak with wisdom in situations that previously left you confused. You will walk away from temptations that once held you captive, not because you became stronger on your own, but because my strength has quietly become your strength. Type, God is with me. I am removing the need to prove yourself to everyone around you. For too long you believed your value depended on being accepted, praised, or understood. But I never designed your identity to rest in the hands of people whose opinions change with every season. Your worth has always been secure because it comes from me alone. As you continue following me, you will notice that your conversations begin to change. You will speak more life than fear. You will spend less time complaining and more time giving thanks. Others may not understand why hope continues to rise within you, but they will not be able to deny the peace they see growing in your life. The person you are becoming will no longer chase every opportunity simply because it looks impressive. Instead, you will learn to recognize the difference between what is good and what is truly meant for you. Wisdom will guide your decisions more than emotion. Patience will become one of your greatest strengths because you will trust that my timing is never late. Many times you asked me to change your circumstances, yet I first chose to change your perspective. When your perspective changes, every challenge begins to look different. Obstacles become opportunities to trust me more deeply. Delays become places where character grows stronger. Difficult people become reminders that my love can flow through you, even when it is not returned. I know there were days when you questioned whether I was still leading you. You looked around and saw others moving ahead while your own path seemed quiet. But what you could not see was that I was building a foundation beneath your feet that would support blessings far greater than anything built upon hurry. Do not envy those who appear successful while ignoring their foundation. A house built quickly may still fall when storms arrive. I have been building your life carefully, stone by stone, truth by truth, lesson by lesson. When strong winds come, what I have built within you will remain standing because it rests upon my faithfulness rather than temporary success. You have spent enough years believing that your past would always define your future. Today I tell you that your past is no longer your master. It may explain where you have been, but it cannot determine where I am taking you. My grace is stronger than every regret you still carry, and my mercy is greater than every mistake that still tries to speak against you. Type, my hope is in God. Soon you will recognize opportunities that you once would have ignored. Your spiritual eyes will become sharper because you are learning to listen before acting. You will no longer rush into every open door. Instead, you will ask whether I am the one opening it, and that wisdom will protect you from unnecessary pain. There is a confidence that comes only from walking closely with me. It is not loud or proud. It does not seek attention or demand recognition. It simply remains steady because it knows that my promises are more dependable than changing circumstances. You will also become more compassionate toward people who are struggling. Instead of judging them quickly, you will remember the seasons when you needed mercy yourself. Your heart will become softer without becoming fragile. You will learn to carry truth and kindness together, because that is how I have always dealt with you. Do not think your tears have been wasted. Every prayer whispered through exhaustion has reached me. Every moment when you chose faith instead of despair has been precious in my sight. Those experiences have prepared you to become a source of encouragement for people who believe they have reached the end of hope. The future I am preparing for you is not built upon perfection. It is built upon surrender. Every time you trusted me instead of your own understanding, another part of your heart became ready for what lies ahead. The transformation you desire is growing through daily obedience more than dramatic moments. Some people will only remember who you used to be. They will speak to you as though nothing has changed because they cannot see what I have been doing inside you. Do not become discouraged by their limited understanding. Continue walking faithfully, because eventually the fruit of your life will speak louder than their assumptions. There will come a season when you no longer feel the need to explain every decision I lead you to make. You will discover that peace is more valuable than winning every argument. Silence will often become a sign of maturity rather than weakness. You will trust me to defend what I have called, instead of trying to defend yourself constantly. I am also teaching you to celebrate small beginnings. Great harvests often begin with unnoticed seeds. Lasting victories usually begin with quiet acts of obedience that nobody applauds. Never underestimate what I can accomplish through simple faithfulness offered day after day. A newly revealed 7-second brainwave method, backed by neuroscience and once hidden in classified documents, is helping thousands activate their brain's wealth setting. People refer to it as the money magnet sound because of how quickly it appears to attract abundance. Click the link in the description and comments below to awaken the prosperity already within you. Your heart is becoming more generous because you are learning that everything you have comes from my hand. Gratitude will replace fear of not having enough. Contentment will replace endless comparison. Joy will replace the constant pressure to become someone the world approves of. You are entering a season where discernment will become one of your greatest gifts. Not every smile will deserve your trust, and not every criticism will deserve your attention. I will teach you when to move forward, when to wait, when to speak, and when to remain still. As you listen more carefully, unnecessary confusion will begin disappearing from your life. Never forget that I am not only preparing blessings for you, I am preparing you for the blessings. That is why I refuse to rush the process. A heart that has learned humility can carry influence without becoming proud. A spirit that has learned dependence upon me can receive abundance without forgetting its true source. One day, you will look back over this season and understand why I asked you to keep trusting when nothing seemed to change. You will see how every delay protected you, how every lesson strengthened you, and how every challenge quietly shaped your character. You will realize that the greatest miracle was not simply what I placed into your hands, The greatest miracle was the person my love was forming within your heart all along. There was a time when you believed every battle had to be fought with your own strength. You carried burdens that were never yours to carry, and you exhausted yourself trying to control outcomes that belonged in my hands. I have been teaching you another way. I have been showing you that surrender is not weakness but trust, and trust opens the door for my power to accomplish what your effort alone never could. Type, I will trust God. The person you are becoming will no longer panic when plans suddenly change. You will remember that I have never been surprised by any interruption. Before you ever reached that unexpected moment, I had already prepared the grace you would need to walk through it. You will stop asking whether I have forgotten you, because your heart will know that I am always working, even when my work is hidden from your eyes. I am teaching you to see yourself through my promises, instead of through your disappointments. Too often, you have allowed yesterday's pain to become today's identity. You have repeated the words of failure until they sounded like truth. But I am replacing those voices with my own, reminding you that you are loved, called, forgiven, strengthened, and never abandoned. As this truth settles deeper into your heart, your confidence will begin to grow naturally. You will not have to force it or pretend that everything is perfect. It will come from knowing that I am with you in every circumstance. That quiet assurance will become more valuable than loud applause because it cannot be taken away by changing situations. Many people are searching for instant transformation, but lasting change grows through faithful daily steps. Every time you choose forgiveness instead of bitterness, you are becoming more like the person I created you to be. Every time you choose hope over despair, another piece of your future is strengthened. Every time you choose faith instead of fear, your heart becomes more prepared for the responsibilities that lie ahead. There are blessings I have delayed because I love you too much to give them before you are ready. You once thought my delays were signs of rejection, but they were actually evidence of my care. I knew that if I placed certain opportunities into your hands too early, they would become overwhelming instead of life-giving. So I chose to prepare you before presenting them to you. You may wonder why certain dreams seem closer now than they ever have before. It is because your character has been growing into the size of your calling. Your heart is becoming more mature. Your motives are becoming purer. You are beginning to desire my will more than your own comfort, and that is opening doors that could not have been trusted to the person you once were. Type, God is shaping me. Do not be discouraged if some people misunderstand your growth. They remember an older version of you and expect that person to remain forever. They may not understand why you no longer enjoy the same conversations or pursue the same goals. Do not argue with them. Simply continue walking with me, because genuine transformation does not require constant explanation. There is a holy confidence I am placing within you that will allow you to say no without guilt and yes without fear. You will no longer feel responsible for pleasing everyone around you. Instead, your greatest desire will be to remain faithful to the path I have prepared. That freedom will bring peace to your heart in ways you have never experienced before. You have spent enough years doubting whether you were capable of fulfilling the purpose I placed inside you. I never asked you to rely on your own ability. I asked you to rely on my presence. When you depend upon me, ordinary people accomplish extraordinary things because my strength fills the places where human strength ends. Soon, you will recognize that many of the prayers you thought remained unanswered were actually being answered in ways you did not expect. You asked me to remove every difficulty, but instead, I gave you greater endurance. You asked me to eliminate every obstacle, but instead, I developed deeper wisdom. You asked for immediate change, but I gave you lasting transformation. There will come a season when your words carry greater influence than ever before. Not because you speak louder, but because your life reflects what you believe. People listen differently when they can see truth lived out with consistency. Your quiet faithfulness will become a testimony that reaches hearts more deeply than arguments ever could. A 7-second brainwave practice, once reserved for select circles and concealed in classified files, has now been made public, and many describe it as the 30-second miracle. Experts say it awakens a dormant brain center connected to wealth and blessings. Click the link in the description and comments below to see why so many people are talking about it right now. I want you to stop measuring your progress by how quickly everything around you changes. Instead, look at how differently you respond today compared to yesterday. Notice how much more peace fills your thoughts. Notice how much faster you recover after disappointment. Notice how much more willing you are to forgive. I am also giving you the courage to dream again. There were seasons when disappointment caused you to stop expecting anything beautiful. You protected yourself by expecting less. But I am gently restoring hope, reminding you that I remain the God who opens impossible doors, heals broken hearts, restores lost joy, and creates new beginnings where others only see endings. Never forget that the greatest evidence of transformation is love. As I continue changing your heart, you will find yourself loving more deeply, forgiving more quickly, serving more willingly, and trusting more completely. One faithful day may not seem remarkable, but faithful days become faithful months, and faithful months become a life that reflects my character. You have often looked for dramatic breakthroughs while overlooking the beauty of steady growth. Yet steady growth is what gives lasting strength to everything I build. Type, God is my strength. There were seasons when you questioned your own value because others failed to recognize it. You believed that being overlooked meant you had little to offer. But I was protecting your heart from seeking validation in places where it could never truly be found. I wanted you to discover that your identity is secure because I gave it to you, not because someone else approved of it. Soon you will notice that your joy no longer depends upon perfect circumstances. Difficult days will still come, but they will no longer steal the hope I have planted within you. That hope has deeper roots than temporary emotions. It is anchored in my faithfulness, which has never failed you and never will. I am teaching you to carry success with humility. When the opportunities you have prayed for finally arrive, remember the seasons when you depended completely upon me. Do not allow achievement to replace gratitude. Every blessing is another reason to draw closer to me rather than further away. There will be people who suddenly want to become part of your life after they begin seeing the change within you. Welcome others with kindness, but also walk with wisdom. Not everyone who arrives during your harvest helped you plant the seeds. Ask me for discernment, and I will show you who strengthens your journey and who only seeks to benefit from it. You are becoming someone who no longer lives under the weight of constant regret. Regret once whispered that your mistakes had permanently disqualified you, but my mercy speaks louder than regret ever could. I have already forgiven what you confessed, and I refuse to define you by what my grace has already covered. Your future requires a heart that is free to love again. That does not mean ignoring wisdom or forgetting lessons you have learned. It means refusing to let old wounds become permanent walls around your heart. Healing allows you to remain wise without becoming bitter. Type, I receive God's peace. I have been restoring your ability to trust me, one step at a time. Trust cannot be forced. It grows through experience. Every time I carried you through another difficult season, another layer of confidence was built within your spirit. Now you can look back and see that I never abandoned you, even when the path was difficult. The person you are becoming understands that waiting is not wasted time. Waiting has taught you patience. Waiting has revealed your priorities. Waiting has shown you that my presence is more valuable than immediate answers. Those lessons will remain with you long after this season has passed. You once believed you needed to have every detail figured out before taking the next step. Now you are learning that faith often begins where complete understanding ends. I do not ask you to see the entire road ahead. I ask you to trust the one who already knows where it leads. A rare 7-second morning ritual previously hidden in classified documents is re-emerging, and people are already sharing accounts of swift financial advancement. It takes almost no time, yet it triggers a dormant wealth switch in the brain that most people never use. Click the link in the description and comments now to access it before it vanishes. Do not fear the responsibilities I will place before you. I never call someone without also providing the grace needed to fulfill that calling. The strength you need for tomorrow will arrive when tomorrow comes. You are not expected to carry tomorrow's weight while living in today. There will be moments when you are tempted to compare your progress with someone else's journey. Resist that temptation. I have written a story for your life that cannot be measured against another person's chapter. Their assignment is different, their preparation is different, and their timing is different. Keep your eyes on me, and you will never lose your direction.